Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving a match analysis for Richards Bay versus Orlando Pirates. Dark days. Anyway, let's go. Um, Starts from a free kick. All right, nothing much to worry about here, except I would like a player just to remain here in case of cases, maybe one or two, depending on how the other team is set up. So, three players. Is this? I think these are three players here. One player in between two players marking one. Then here there's a bit of a bundle, but there's no problem. At least there's men there. Now this is the one that frustrates me the most. He takes the ball back into the danger zone. I wouldn't have mind if he took it this way. Just don't take it back into the danger zone because look at where he is and look at where he takes the ball. He was here and then he decides to take the ball where there were so many players fighting for it. Number 11, I don't know if he's a defender or not, but he should be stronger. Then I want to see if he does go for the ball because the ball stays in the air for quite a long time. He doesn't, no, he just stops. He doesn't even try to run. Number 11 is too, he doesn't really fight for the ball. I do believe he could have jumped and helped because he does seem to be a bit bigger, taller. He could get to that. He's not enough effort for me because look at how he tries to get the ball. He doesn't even jump. He just falls over. I think he wanted, I get what he wanted to do. He wanted to lean into him as he jumped. Yeah, he thought he was going to jump, lean into him so that he falls over, but that doesn't work. He falls down. And then Mafokeng, I don't want to be too hypercritical on him because like he is the one he doesn't even jump for that ball. Could it be quicker? No, I can't really blame Mafokeng. But that's a good strike. I mean, outside the box, that's a really good strike. Let's go here. Because he doesn't even try. Mafokeng. I mean, he comes all the way from here to come and help out with him. Then number 5, you seen his teammate has gone. Does he try to go for the ball or does he just? I mean, number 16, he even goes further back. So this guy was down, stood up, and still moved quicker than him, number 16. But this is a thunderbolt. Nothing much could have done. Nothing much can really do there. Let's head on to the next goal of the match. Now here, he's following him, Continue to follow. It's Mafokeng, I do understand. He's one of the best young players in the world right now, but you can afford to be a bit closer. Because when Mafokeng does that, I think he takes another touch, but he can't even cross it from me. He gives him way too much space. He's pointing, which means the next 5 seconds a goal will be scored. And even before we go there, look at the space that's here, right? Let me use this. And then look who's there. That's a police. He has all the space in the world to score. No one has even bothered to pick him up. Nobody at all. And then he can clearly see him. Sorry. So I'm surprised no one makes a shout. He's too far away. I understand he has a man there, but he can definitely go with him and deal with that for the meantime, or he can run as quick as possible towards him because how can you leave a man in all this space in your own box? Strange. Mafokeng, let's go back to Mafokeng. No, he makes sure he gets the cross out very quickly. I mean, he's walking way too comfortably considering there's someone running unmarked in his box. He is a defender. It goes over him. I don't think he just times that right. Now, pay attention to the crowd. Remember, Richards Bay at home. I don't know if this is the away end or what. I'm not sure. Takes a touch. No. Those are the no. I think that's most of those are Richards Bay fans. Anyway, let's head on to the next goal of the match. Boys play to him. No pressure whatsoever. Yeah, he doesn't go for that properly. It's too easy. So he's pointing to his teammate. And also, why is everyone pointing? I mean, if everyone knows what they're supposed to do, no one should really be forcing you or reminding you to do what you're supposed to do, right? And then you're also distracting yourself because you can't fully focus on what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I think that was way too. He didn't go for the ball in the right way because look at this, right? He's here. He has the ball, right? And then he goes straight for it. I think I wouldn't even bother going towards him because look at how far he is away from the goal. Look at how far he is. Yeah, I understand the pressure, but I wouldn't even risk that to be honest because he's here. If he goes further, so what you know what it is with defenders? As the striker is coming, they reduce their speed, but they keep on tracking back so that they eventually meet at a certain point. I think there's no reason to go for that ball. Is way too far away, and even then, you can still have you can wait and probably wait for a better moment. But that, I mean, he just takes himself out the game. He continues moving, unmarked, unmarked, and remember, there's no pressure whatsoever on the ball. And there are three players in and around him. I understand it's a 3 versus 3 in this particular situation, but still, he has way too much space. He's under no pressure whatsoever. Because Orlando Pirates player pressure didn't get the ball, and now he's at an even awkward angle. Ball gets played. It's a really good ball. Don't forget, he is ahead of him, right? He's ahead of him. We'll see what happens in a few seconds. He's unmarked. I mean, you should at least have your chest to his back just to show him you're there. You have to be that close. So he receives the ball. No pressure whatsoever. No pressure whatsoever. And then and then remember, he was in front of him, but now he's actually gone ahead of him because he wasn't paying attention. And this is a title race. And then he strikes it. Go. That's a lovely goal. I thought he was going to do those. So can I get a? Oh, you see that. Also, side note, that's in motion. It's very hard to pause. All right, and this is why people do not take videos and then just screenshot them when they are doing those nature things. Anywho, let me show you this other angle because I do feel the keeper could have gotten that. All right, so we've already discussed on how this guy has way too much space and then that guy pressure too early. But now look at this, right? Look at the goalkeeper. This reminds me of Onana because he could. Okay, one way of me telling if a goalkeeper hasn't really dived, look at his height. Now, one thing I always imagine myself doing is the goalkeeper just falling over. If he falls over, if you can estimate his height, then he falls over, and then here he's diving, right? If he's diving, he should go further. If he's falling over, yeah, he falls over. But like, his feet are too wide apart. He can't really get. It's similar to Onana. His feet are too wide apart. He can't get the proper. How can I say leverage on his leg, and then he can't really dive as far. And then look at that. That's basically a sweeping. So it's more like a sweeping. What do you call this? A leg sweep, whereby the keeper sweeps his own leg so that he gets down quicker. But here he has to dive a bit so that he can make sure this ball doesn't go in. So it's weird he does that because look at where his leg is, and then here he can't really push off this leg because look at the way his leg is bending. He just falls over. You see, his jump. It's like he's jumped but doesn't really move. This is this reminds me of Onana. Let me move before I get flashbacks and horrid memories. Let's move, right? On the Pirates of the ball. It's a set piece, yes. All right. I understand why he stops running, but should just follow in case because he assumes his keeper has this. All right. So goalkeeper has it. He drops it, and then he puts it in. So there was no need for this guy to go into the goalkeeper. There was no need whatsoever. Because look, he drops it, and then he could have taken a step away from the goalkeeper. No need for that whatsoever. And then let's check. I don't know if because this goal was ruled out. So let's see if there's any offside at any point. Maybe. I know it's after the ball is kicked, but it does look somewhat offside. Maybe we can use their heads. So you pull that out there, and then you pull that out there. Oh, that's actually really close. Just don't give us another angle. Maybe he's offside. Maybe he is offside. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's look for the flag. Does the linesman raise his flag? Hmm. Linesman doesn't raise his flag. And then, yeah, I know De Jong bumps into the keeper, but that's after the ball goes into the back of the net. So I'm not sure why this goal got disallowed. Anyway, last goal of the match. All right, so this is the 90 plus 1 minute. This is where everything becomes very serious. Three players on one side. Okay, let me just push this back a bit because maybe there was a bit of, things happening there, here and there, here and there. This is a corner, and there are two players. He can just go for the sake of pressuring him. Do not give him time. Get that ball as far away from your own box as possible. Try and force it out. I mean, there's no need for him. He just waits for him. Remember, they're looking for a goal. He keeps on running. He keeps on running. All right, so that's what. So there are about three players here. Okay, so he forces him out, right? He starts running. He's going for that ball. Now, mind you, look at how open this is. And this is the D. There's no one there whatsoever. And this is why I don't really mind if there's a player standing on the D. He can go there. He could go there. Yeah, there's a big grouping because there are three players here. I mean, the fact that three players there and then they didn't even try to get a foul or even try to properly get the ball, bit frustrating. Because what you're doing now, you have committed a movement there. They haven't gotten the ball, and then you have left your team a bit short. He passes it to his teammate. Oh, that's a nice ball. And then here. He is rushing out for that. Understandable. He forces him to pass the ball, right? And just look at how open. I mean, they did this to themselves. They did this to themselves. The three players that were here, they failed to even try to force them out. Didn't even rush as quick as possible. And then here, there's just way too much space. You're encouraging someone to shoot if you leave that much space in this particular area. He brings it down. Would you have gone for the slide? No. It's a good strike. Extremely good strike, but very suspicious. I mean, you don't leave that much space in that particular area of the pitch in this time. He drops it. I mean, number 25. He could be a bit quicker. Number 37. Can't really blame him. But yes, it was bad defending. I know I'm a Orlando Pirates fan, but it does pain when teams do the wrong things and then they end up conceding a goal. But this title challenge might have just slipped out of Pirates' hands because it's painful. It's very painful. So now there's we're hoping Sundowns loses two games, but the question is who's going to beat Sundowns? Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next match analysis. Goodbye.